Hey, it's Bob Nagin, and in this episode of Real Retail TV, we're going to talk about the Piña Colada Principle. So the Piña Colada Principle simply states that there is always a hook available that you can use to drive traffic. And so what do I mean, and how did it become the Piña Colada Principle? So my friend Randy Gage has a great saying. He says, there's no shortage of money, there's just a shortage of ideas. And it applies to marketing. There's no shortage of people out there who want to come into your store and buy things. There's just a shortage of good ideas that will actually get them to take action and come into your store. And the reason that it's named the Piña Colada Principle is our friend Micha Seto, who owns 13 stores in the Lewes, Delaware area. Whenever it rains, she makes up piña coladas in a punch bowl and serves them to anybody who is shopping in her stores. And she does it because of the 1970s song, the Escape Song. And you probably know it as the Piña Colada song. Do you love piña coladas? Getting caught in the rain. That song was the #1 song of the 1970s in the United States. And when I started to sing it, you probably remembered it. You might not have liked the way I sang it, but you probably remembered it. And so there's that association, there's that hook between piña coladas and rain. And what Micha said was that when it rains on the shore, her traffic goes way down. Her customers, the people who are on the Delaware shore, tend to go to the outlet malls, not shop in downtown Lewes. So she came up with the Piña Colada marketing strategy. When it rains, they serve piña coladas, and then they start to play the song in the store and do all of those things. Our friend Kelly Larson, if it snows early in the season, she gives away a free ice cream cone. Why? When it gets cold, people don't want ice cream. So she has an idea, a piña colada idea to get people into the store. There's always something you can do. It's just a question of thinking about it, being clever, and being willing to hustle. I want to say that also. So many retailers, and this is not a judgment, but there's the field of dreams mentality happening where if I open my store, they will come. And that's just not a truth. It's just not a reality. And back in the early days of the Mackinaw Kite Company, when I started my career, right next to our store was the Dixie Tavern. In the Dixie Tavern, the whole, the whole wall was windows. And everybody wanted to sit at the window seats because they faced the Straits of Mackinac. Beautiful, beautiful view. But if there was nobody in the store, my brother Steve and I would take a wind-up bird, a timbird, a French ornithopter. You wind it up, and then it flaps its wings, and it flies. And one of us would get on one end of the window and the other would get on the other end. And we just fly this bird back and forth. And all the customers, they were just sitting there eating their dinners. They'd watch this bird. And we would look at them. And then if somebody would say, we'd go right next door, right? So the point is it could be argued that we were being obnoxious and we were interrupting somebody's dinner. But I can tell you that we were hustling, that we needed the traffic, and we did what we needed to do to drive the traffic. Micha needs the traffic. She doesn't need the traffic. She wants the traffic. It rains, the traffic dries up. The Piña Colada Principle comes into play. So again, the Piña Colada Principle merely states that there's always something, always, I'm going to say that, always something you can do to drive traffic. So I hope that this episode of Real Retail TV stimulated your brain and got you thinking about things that you can do to drive traffic at times when you might be slow, or drive traffic at any time, but this whole idea of there's always something you can do. So if you do something fun, put it in the comments below. I'm Bob Nagan. We'll see you next week.